Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing just a get ready with me video. I'm getting ready to film. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to film another video because this one is in here now. So she's doing my intro. So we're going to have to cut our filming day short. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello. Say hi to yourself. This is my daughter Ariana. And she comes in during this video to say hi. So you'll see that this video was kind of a fail. A lot of things happen that are actually kind of funny. So I would stay tuned and watch if you want to see me mess up a lot of stuff, because it just wasn't my day. I'm definitely klutzy in this video and I do some pretty funny things. So with all that being said, this is the look that I came up with for my potential filming day, which just didn't turn out. So if you want to see how I did this makeup and all the things that went wrong, then just stay tuned. Oh my, this is moving. Hey guys, today I'm doing a talk through video. We're going to hop right in. My skin feels like sandpaper today. So I have a lot of prepping my skin I need to do. You can probably hear my daughter talking. She's like right outside my room. I'm gonna use the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate on my face, and this is very nourishing, so we're going to try this out. My skin definitely needs the extra hydration. My hair doesn't though. I'm gonna let that sit into my skin, and I'm going to prep my lips as well. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. lip exfoliator to scrub off any dead skin. Then I'm going to put a little bit of oil on my lips. This is from Hourglass, and it is just their lip oil. Maybe chug some water. And I drowned myself. And then for my pores and problem areas, I'm going to use the Pixi Flawless and Poreless. So that's going to be my T-zone. And just at the side of my nose, upper cheek area where I have pores. Then for my foundation, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Coverage in the shade Natural. And I might mix a tiny bit of the white in just so that it's a better match for me. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my Sephora Bright Future color corrector in pink. Just put a little bit of this in the inner corner of my eye where I have the most darkness. And this stuff is really good for layering underneath your concealer because it is a gel serum. So it's very light and it's not going to cake up or anything like that. And then on top, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy in the shade Creme Brulee. Now I'm going to set underneath my eyes with this Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dulce de Leche, highlighting shade, obviously. Put that underneath the eyes. Make sure you have no creases before you set. Also, you will be setting in creases. And then for the rest of the face, I'm just going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder in medium. And this is new. I'm trying to use a lot of new products that you'll see in a haul, probably before this video. Just felt like testing everything out in a video. And this stuff looks beautiful on the skin. I kept having people recommend this to me, and I hadn't tried it before. Charlotte Tilbury happens to be one of my favorite brands, but it is quite pricey, so I held off. But I did pick it up from Beautylish, and it is very, very beautiful. Now I'm just gonna go off camera and fill in my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Ebony. I haven't used this thing in a while, so I picked up a new one to try out. I've never actually used Ebony before, but I figure it would work really well with my hair color. I've seen a few people with similar coloring to me use this, and it looked really nice. So I'm excited to use this thing again. So I will be back after I fill in my brows. I'm going to be using my Everyday Shadow palette here. I showed this on Snapchat. A bunch of people were actually curious as to it, but this is my everyday sort of shadows. I can create pretty much any kind of look with this, so if I need to grab something and go, this is what I'll reach for. Some of the shades I don't know the name offhand, so I will flip them over while I'm editing this video and tell you the exact shades I'm using, but I'm just going off of tone and kind of picking them that way, not by name. This shade right here, I obviously know the name of. It's one of my favorites. It is MAC Wedge, so I'm going to use that. It's a great transition color. MAC shadows in general don't swatch well, and I feel like a lot of times when people are reviewing, they just finger swatch a MAC shadow. And you need to put these on your eyes for you to see their blendability. Because if I were to swatch some of my favorite MAC shadows, they'd look like crap, to be honest. I'm using a NYX number 16 brush, one of my favorite blending brushes. Great synthetic brushes from the drugstore. You guys know I like my Luxie ones. You have to order those online. But if you're looking for a synthetic from the drugstore, the NYX ones are amazing. And then I have one with no product that I just kind of blend out the edges. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush. This is a Luxie 235. I think I'm going to use some of this. This is just going to add a little bit of warmth. I want the outer corner to be slightly warm, and I'll work that into the crease color as well. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this color, again just go over that outer corner. Just going to add some variety, dimension. I didn't want to use just a couple shades for this. I wanted to really play around with my palette. And then I'm just slightly bringing that in a little bit further on the lid so you can see kind of a transition there. And then with an even smaller brush, this is a Luxie 237, going in with this really pretty shade right there. It's a nice, rich, warm brown. Just going to work that into the very outer corner. Kind of dig it into our outer corner crease area. And by dig, I don't mean actually dig. You don't want to apply too much pressure, but just let your brush kind of naturally go in that groove without actually digging. Work on your terminology. People are going to dig their eyes out. I'm doing a C-like motion, just like the top portion of a C. I like to take that brush we were using, free of product, just kind of blend everything around the edges. Now this is my Dazzle Shadow Palette from MAC, and I do have these ones labeled on the back. So I'm going to use Last Dance, which is this really pretty iridescent peachy pink kind of color, and it has just beautiful reflex in it. So we're going to wet the brush first to get full pigmentation, really get these metallic. I'm using some of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus spray on a MAC 239, and we're going to pack this on. And then if you get a harsh line here, just flip your brush over and wiggle it. Then just do the same thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is pretty amazing. As awful as that turned out, because I just squirted my white foundation all over me because I thought it was this white packaging. When you use new products you're not familiar with, oh my gosh, this is so messy. Oh yeah. We're gonna try this again. I'm gonna take our spray and spray our brush, not with white foundation, and pack that on this lid. Now I bring it slightly higher just so that my lid space looks like I have more. Now I lost a little bit of that depth, so I'm going to go back in with that same small brush I was using, that rich warm brown. So just in the lower center, I want it to be slightly brighter. So I'm going to take She Sparkles. That same brush we were using, doesn't matter. Just a little bit of that. the center. Now I'm going to take my Art & Cian Punker liner and just do my wing liner. Probably have to do this off camera just because I have to get really close, but we'll try. This is actually the look I wore on Valentine's Day, and a ton of people on Snapchat wanted to see it. So I figured I'd just film getting ready to film another video. I was gonna film a haul after this. I thought it would be fun to show you guys, just a easy talk through. Easy when I don't choke or put white foundation on myself. Talk throughs are like one big blooper for me. I can go back and always edit a voiceover. Talk throughs is just like, this is it. This is how things go for you. Everyone can see. I'm going to take these Blinking Beauty Samantha lashes. I've used these a bunch of times, still in really good shape. While I'm waiting for my glue to get a little bit tacky, I tried out the Kathleen Lights polish last night, and I painted my nails with Snickerdoodle, and I love the color. I think it's the perfect nude, and it went on really nice. That's 2 coats. It looks pretty good, I think. These have a pretty thick band, so I do prefer to wear these when I do have wing liner on. And we'll probably have to go over some of the glue, because I can see that showing a bit. But we'll let it dry down, see how it goes. While the glue is drying, I'm just going to finish off my lower lash line. I'm using this Shade and Light eye brush from Kat Von D. I picked this up from Namie's, you will have seen in my haul. And I'm trying it out for the first time. So I'm going to take a little bit of these 2 colors on the bigger end. Buff that underneath my eye. And we're going to take a little bit of that rich brown on the pointier, tapered, small side. Just lightly put that in the inner corner. Just going to go ahead and touch up that white that's still showing. I just dropped this on my everyday eye palette. It did not break. Thank God. Oh my God. I know I'm pretty klutzy and accident prone, which I don't think comes off on camera too much, unless you watch to the end and see my bloopers sometimes I keep in. You guys have no idea how many things happen while I'm filming. I still feel like I need more depth in that crease. The eye itself is looking a little bit heavy. I'm just going to bring that mixture of 2 colors higher. Scuffed up a couple shadows, but nothing broke. And they're golden. Now I got a sample of the Kevyn Aucoin contour powder. I hear so many people talk about this. This is in the shade medium. The exact name is the sculpting powder in medium. It's so tiny, so I'm going to try and work with this product. Oh, it has a lot of kick up, so she'll be able to work with that. I'm going to try and contour my face with this. You know what? I'm gonna bronze first. Sometimes I do like a reverse contour. I'm actually gonna bronze up. And I just recently purchased this brush from Luxie. It's their 518. Someone coming over here? I hear boots. Hi. You wanna come here? You have your boots on. You put them on the right feet. Say hello. You what? Yeah. Hi. Hi. You see yourself? Is that a pretty girl? It's a pretty girl. Do you want to blend out my foundation?
No.
No? Do you want to go with Daddy?
No. No.
No. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to Daddy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have fun with my sponge. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes. I was going to show how to do my hair in this video too, but at this rate, we're going to be here all day. But that's okay. Nice long video. I know some of you like those. I'm using my large powder brush from Luxie. These are their black brushes. I've never tried them. They're so soft. They're a little bit more pricey, so that's kind of why I was a little bit hesitant. It's the 518, and I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark as a bronzer. And I'm just going to bronze up my face. Mommy needs her sponge. I need it. Oh, I can't do bronzer without it. I'm going to take the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer number 2. I ended up buying this. It's so pretty. It's a beautiful pink. I can't even describe it. It looks like it has a little bit of purple in it as well. It's super pretty, and I think it will match the eye look well because there is that pink and purple. So you can make this super intense. I'm going to keep it more on the lighter side though. I'm going to put a little bit on the inner corner of my eye as well. I'm just loving the color. Maybe a tiny bit underneath the brow bone. For blush, I'm going to use the Butter Blush by Physicians Formula in Plum Rose. I'm really loving this. Love the formula. The exact same as the Butter Bronzer, which I love. And I actually didn't use that today. Surprise, surprise. So, gotta use something else. Now back to contouring, the product I was going to use before. I'm just going to see where I need to contour since I've already done everything else. I usually just do a light bit, the back portion of my cheekbone, and then blend up. Now to finish off the look, I'm going to use my favorite lip pencil of all time. It's from Dior. It's in the shade Jungle Brown. And then for my lip color, I'm going to use Lipland Spotlight. It's part of the Amrezy collection. Love this color. We're going to spray your face with setting spray. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and that's going to complete the look. Figured I'd do that first so we don't have wet mascara, because I don't need that. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all the little mishaps that happen throughout. This always happens to me, and you wonder why I stick to voiceovers, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I really like how the look turned out, and if you happen to recreate it, just be sure to hashtag MakeupByCheryl, and I'd love to see your recreations. Until next video, have a good day, and I will see you in my next one.